Follow me to Finney McGee's Pub, winner of 2024 Bucks Happening List, Best Irish Bar, and Best Happy Hour, which is 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, with $2 domestic beer bottles and amazing food specials. Join us for karaoke or trivia every Tuesday night. Finney's is the perfect place to watch your favorite sports games. Follow Finney McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram for more information on daily specials and happenings. See you soon at Finney McGee's Pub, 1400 Farragut Avenue, Bristol Borough, PA.
Performing their program, What I Was Made For, the Council Rock South School District is proud to present Council Rock South. At last, the eggs began to crack. Was left in the nest, and it started to hatch. How different this duck looked.
Never seen such an ugly duckling. The little gray duckling thought to themselves, "They must be right. I am ugly.
One yellow duckling said,
You would do us a big favor if you just went away.
the ducklings saw a flock of the most beautiful birds they had ever seen. They watched as the elegant white birds took flight overhead. Rejected by their brothers and sisters, the duckling left the comfort of the pond for the winter. Spring came, and the duckling returned to the pond. A reflection in the water looked like one of those beautiful birds. When the duckling moved, the reflection moved too. The duckling had become a beautiful swan. I finally understood understand what I was made for.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, how about a big hand for Council Rock High School South for tonight's game for Council Rock North, number 16, Giovanni Cosa, number 5, Max Chernitz, number 68, John Osbeck, and number 48, Will Duffy.
We bring to you Walt Snyder Stadium tonight for a rivalry like no other, the Rock Bowl. Council Rock North at 1-8 currently on the season goes head-to-head with the Council Rock South Golden Hawks at 3-5. But tonight, records do not tell the whole story. This game is about pride, history, and the ultimate bragging rights. I'm Daniel McDevitt, play-by-play for tonight, and I'll be guiding you along through all the action. Alongside me, my color commentator, Ethan Whitney, who will be breaking down every play, and behind the lens, capturing every moment of tonight's game, is our camera guy, Luke Vath. We want to thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible: Isaac Newton's Bar and Restaurant and Finney McGee's Irish Pub. Their support helps us bring the Rock Bowl right to you. So settle in, because this is one game you will not want to miss. It's time for the Rock Bowl. Follow me to Finney McGee's Pub, winner of 2024 Bucks Happening List, Best Irish Bar and Best Happy Hour, which is 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, with $2 domestic beer bottles and amazing food specials. Join us for karaoke or trivia every Tuesday night. Finney's is the perfect place to watch your favorite sports games. Follow Finney McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram for more information on daily specials and happenings. See you soon at Finney McGee's Pub, 1400 Farragut Avenue, Bristolboro, PA. Follow me to Finney McGee's Pub, winner of 20...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the broadcast, and let me take a moment to read from our sponsor. Looking for a local bar or restaurant to stop by for lunch or after work? Isaac Newton's is the perfect place for you. From the delicious specials from the kitchen to the amazing customer service, there's nothing that you won't find here. It's the perfect place to go get great food for even better prices. And if you're just looking for a place to sit and have a drink with your friends, Isaac Newton's is one of the best bars in the Newtown area. It's the perfect place to grab a drink and watch your local Philly sports teams. Stop on by in town at 18th State Street all week long from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m.
And now as we take one final break for the National Anthem, we'll be back with you here on the Rally Sports Network to bring you all the action here for the Rock Bowl. Throw out the records, throw out the stats, throw out everything else, because there's only one game left here that matters, and it's the Rock Bowl. A rivalry game like no other here at Walt Snyder Stadium. Council Rock North taking on Council Rock South. Ethan, we got a good one here, and it, like we said, it's been a tough season for Council Rock North so far. They've had some tough sledding and taken a bunch of losses. Same with South. They've only gotten 3 wins in the season, and none of it really matters going in this game. It is just about the ultimate bragging rights and history behind this game, that you want to come out here and win in front of your hometown crowd.
Absolutely, Dan. I couldn't have said it any better myself. There is so much that goes into this game. The hype, the preparation, the practices. There is nothing more important than this game. This is a game I've had circled on our calendar since you told me we were doing football this season. I cannot wait for how this game's going to turn out. Huge game for Gio Koza, playing in his last game as a varsity starter as he's off to college in a year's time.
And off and away this kick goes. It is a line drive sent towards the 30, and he's going to just push his way by the sideline here to get himself up to about the 37 and get his team good starting field position to start this one. And now here comes the Council Rock South offense. Council Rock North offense here. Start calling them the Hawks and the Indians here. Gonna mix up a little bit. But here comes the Hawks defense to try to shut down what has been a terrible Indians offense this season. And you want to see some more out of them, definitely, Ethan.
Absolutely, but I don't think you can underestimate how much this is going to mean to Gio Koza. I think if he wants to remind everyone who he is, he's going to have possibly the best game of his North career right here.
And here we go, stepping back, looks to throw, sends this one towards McDevitt, just out of reach. If he was able to put that one into his hands, he might have been gone. And you can see that Max Chernitz there, quite upset with how that one ended up. He's on the roster as a linebacker, but he went out there as a wide receiver and tried to bring that one in. More of what looked to be a tight end type of play up the middle of the field.
Absolutely, and he showed some frustration, but it's all love between him and his quarterback, one right there, Gio Koza. All the motivation in the world to put a big game, not just for him, but for all the seniors on North and for South. Expect a big performance from at least one of them tonight.
And here comes Koza, as usual, lined up in shotgun. Puts a receiver in motion, steps back, throws towards that receiver in motion, and push out on the sidelines for a 3rd and about 4 coming up.
There
that
he
pass,
is, Michael Zaretsky.
Yeah, that pass over to Michael Zaretsky.
Yeah.
He was a top target in the last game.
Absolutely, as I was saying there, Dan, he was a huge contributor to that offense a week ago, and you have to imagine he's earned himself a bigger role in this offense, not just for this year, but for his upcoming senior year, I believe, as this is going to be an offense that is going to almost primarily be run through him as for the skill positions.
And here we go. And that's a jump. He went over that one, and that's going to be a flag there. And he came way too early on that one. That's going to be offsides, and that's going to push up North to get themselves a 1st down here. We got a new mascot running around. Looks like a golden hawk. He's quite blue, though, I got to say.
He is. Kind of like Trenton Thunderblue.
I looked down. I thought that was a Boomer.
North catches an early break, though, with the penalties, which is something they've struggled with all season.
And here we go. North's going to hand this one off. No, he's going to put it in play action and pass it out towards number 48 there, taking the pass, Will Duffy. He's listed as a defensive tackle and tight end.
And Dan, this is a new-look offense early in the game. We're not used to seeing this much pass plays through this part of the game, but they are putting their trust in Gio Koza, letting him roll out and do his thing. And so far, he is delivering. And like I said, this is the biggest game, arguably, of his career. It is the last he'll play as an Indian. So nerves maybe, but we know that he can provide the level of quarterback play that he is capable of.
Yeah, it's got to be the main thing, switching up your offense and trying to find a new way around it. But handoff here messed up as it just bobbled out of his hands, and scrambling for it there was Giovanni Cozy. Just lands on it and sets them back. And that's going to set them up for a 3rd and long, maybe about 11 yards they have to come to gain here.
Just looked like nerves there. That's just a silly mistake that you can't make against a team the caliber of Council Rock South. And that's just something you can't afford. It's now going to be a 3rd and about 12, or 11, excuse me.
And here we go. Golden Hawks defense looking to make a stand. 3rd and long, Giovanni Koza in the shotgun. 2 receivers on the far end near side. Steps back, looking to throw, rolls out towards the near side. He's trying to find an option to go and takes it himself, but he's not going to be able to get enough for a 1st down, and that one's going to give the ball to the Golden Hawks.
Has he made it a tough decision, though? That was a good run there, but it looks like the punt team is coming out there, so looks like he might have been able to make it a tough decision, but Coach Garrett going conservative early as he'll trust his defense as we get to see this Golden Hawks offense early in the game as the defense makes a nice stand like you mentioned.
And Koza, this time far back as the punter, though. And this one set up and away. This one is a tall punt. It's going to roll down, bouncing around, and rolling to about the 20s where this one's going to die out.
And here we go. We get our first taste of the Golden Hawks offense. And this one should be a good one here, as the Hawks offense has been pretty good so far in the early part of the season, but struggling a little bit in the later part.
Yeah, the most impressive game from their offense, even if it might have not been the one where they put up the most points, was their 29-point performance and a 1-point win against Cheltenham earlier in the season. It was a big win for team morale, hanging in there with a team Cheltenham's caliber, and obviously a 1-point win will always get the blood flowing. But we'll see what they do here against North's struggling defense.
And here we go. A heavy back formation there, as he's just going to push his way, grinding his way up to the 30. And the quarterback here, Marley Emerson, is reversed. Is leading his offense out there.
Sorry about that. We see them going to the run early, and the last 2 weeks have been a rough one for the North defensive line. 2 running backs having possibly career days against Sauderton and Ben Salem. So you'd have to imagine South is going to pound the rock, as that has just been an area of weakness of this North defense as of late.
And here we go, second down. They don't got far. They don't got to go far to get a first down. It's taken a while here to get set up. I don't think the play clock has started. Referee's trying to figure out something. And referee's, taking a minute here. And here we go. Now the clock is running. And apparently some issues with the play clocks. They're trying to get turned off, but handoff here coming. And he's going to be able to make his way up to the line to gain. And a little bit more, as he gets himself up to the 34 for that one.
And yeah, Dan, there it is again. They're going to pound the rock all night long until North proves that they can stop it. And that has been the story of the game for opponents against North. They're going to shove the ball down your throat because North simply has struggled with stopping it all year long. So you have to imagine for the seniors on that defensive line, a lot of pressure on their shoulders, both internally and externally.
And we're just getting word that the play clock is going to be, or the game clock is malfunctioning. Play clock. And here we go, handoff, rolling out towards the near side, pushing his way through, and is met by the linebacker there, number 5. We saw him earlier in the wide receiver position, Max Chernitz. But not before he gains about 6.
Absolutely. Max Chernitz making his presence felt early. It's been a simple equation for the Council Rock South Golden Hawks early. Run, run, run. And it's gotten them about 15 yards up to this point. And they're going to continue to pound the rock like I keep mentioning.
You got to think that maybe the game clock is going to be an issue as well for
exactly. We'll see if
keeping your timing.
Using the run to open up the play action here.
And here we go. It's number 21 here in motion. That's Joey Madara. And they hand it off once again over to Malone. Malone able to gain this one by about 2 yards.
Seems like a simple decision here. Dan, third. So are they going to say they got the first down?
And yeah, I guess they're going to mark it as a first down. I thought he was just a little bit off, but
he was a little bit short. Let's see if they open up the play action here, as they've been obviously having their way on the ground. See if they put some trust in that quarterback, as we know that he's got a good arm and they've got a talented skill position group, but not in this formation. They're not going to throw it.
And here we go. The line is stacked. And now handing it off once again. He's going up for the middle. He's got a lane. He's pushing his way through. He's down. He's running to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and taking it all the way up to the house was number 25 there. Nate.
Well, Dan, we're seeing some almost like Army-Navy football right here. They are pounding the rock, and they are having their way, and there's another big run to add to just the highlight reel against Council Rock North so far this season. And they are going to play some, like I mentioned, Army-Navy type football here, as they are having their way in the trenches early, and that is something that North cannot afford to carry on for the rest of the game. It's going to be a long night once again if they can't get that under control, Dan.
Yeah, no, that was a crazy play. He just snuck right for the middle, pushing his way through 2 defenders. But now here comes another run, and this one's going to go all the way to the house for a touchdown. Golden Hawks take the lead early as they put themselves up 6-0, as they are just dominant on the run so far.
Absolutely, Dan, and they seize the early momentum here. chance to run away with this game possibly in the Rock Bowl. And with these rivalry games, scoring first is such a big deal. So getting on the board first here and doing it as dominantly as they did cannot be understated how important that's going to be.
And Sidlick with the run there, the crazy run from the 50 that took them all the way down the field, and then the one that pushed it in for a touchdown. But this kick is good, and it puts them up 7-0. Council Rock South is in control.
Looking for a local bar or restaurant to stop by for lunch or after work? Isaac Newton's is the perfect place for you. From the delicious specials to the kitchen to the amazing customer service, there's nothing that you won't find here. It's the perfect place to get great food for even better prices. And if you're just looking for a place to sit and have a drink with your friends, Isaac Newton's has one of the best bars in the Newtown area. It's the perfect place to grab a drink and watch your local Philly sports teams. Stop on by at 18 State Street all week long from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m.
You're listening live here on the Rally Sports Network. I'm Danny McDevitt on play-by-play, joined by color commentator Ethan Whitney, and then behind the camera is going to be Luke Vath. You're tuned in to the Rock Bowl. Council Rock North versus Council Rock South.
Council Rock North's got a chirp squad in the bottom left section of the student section, and that hopefully they can get real loud. We want to see a lot of activity from both student sections here. That's really what makes the atmosphere.
Let's see. I gotta say, I think South's a little bit more stacked up in their student section. That one is all the way to the back compared to
South. They've had a very exciting season as they're looking to build off of this. They have a very young football team, as their head coach talked to me before the game. That they're a little bit of nerves, but it's all football once the kickoff happens.
And here we go, sending this one away. It bounces just by the 15, and out of his hands, it rolls back towards the 2. He now picks it up and begins to run as he's going up the sideline to the far side, and way to make a good moment out of a bad situation there as he snuck up the sideline just to make it up to the 22.
And Dan, these special teams all year long have just not been good, I'd imagine, for the heart rate of most of the Council Rock North coaching staff, but it's been exciting to watch, and you just make something out of nothing there, possibly, risking a safety or losing the football entirely, and turns it into decent field position there to 22. It just has to be nerves there, you'd have to imagine. That's just a simple mistake.
Yeah, not the ideal field position you could have got out of that play, but that bounce just caught him, slipped out of his hands, and he ended up standing with the ball by the 2-yard line, not knowing where to go, but he found a lane up through the far sideline. And now here we go, a handoff here from North as just gets met at the line of scrimmage there. Taking the handoff was William Cabo.
William Cabo, interestingly, it did not look like during the week he took many snaps at quarterback. It looks like this game was Gio Cose's game. You'd have to imagine him being a senior played a role in that. It looks like William Cabo, at least for the rest of the season, being this one game, he is a skill position player and a defensive back as he prepares to take over the reins at quarterback in next season for the Council Rock Indians.
And here we go. In the shotgun, here is Koza. And blitz coming. And now they fake the handoff, and he is tackled for a big sack as Giovanni Koza taken down at about the 14 by number 20 here. It's going to be Ryan Small, the linebacker, 5'10", 200 pounds. And he came in like a heat-seeking missile.
Absolutely, and South continues to dominate on both sides of the trenches, and that is something that has been so critical for North all season, something that they've lacked, and it has been the same story tonight. They need to, I don't know what needs to be said on the sideline or in the locker room at halftime, but they need to get it together and fast, as you do not want to trail to a team like Council Rock South, a very respectable football team that's only going to get better as the years go by.
Play clock now back on Koza for a big 3rd and long. Steps back, looks to throw. Pocket collapsing, and this one sent for an interception. He might take it to the house if he can escape through the blockers here. And down. Touchdown! Council Rock South. What a play. It doesn't get any better than that. And there's a flag on the play, though. That's going to be a big issue. The coaching staff looking really upset. They're hoping to see the touchdown from this. And touchdown will stand. It's probably going to be after the play. And what a play. Just escaped through the far side. And off and away he went. And a pick 6 here in the Rock Bowl to put Council Rock South up 13-0. And if they can get the PAT attempt here, it'll be 14-0.
And obviously not what he was looking for there. Just trying to make something happen, and he just doesn't put enough under that ball, and it costs him dearly as Council Rock South is controlling the tempo, they're controlling the scoreboard, and they are playing their kind of football early, and North has just not been able to stop it. It's Council Rock South feeling good.
And we are not sure what's going on, if it's a touchdown or not.
Oh, it was not a touchdown.
Okay, so no touchdown as the Golden Hawks offense is back there, but they're going to hand this one off, and pushing up and through is Gavin Lacey. He gets for a gain of 2. And yeah, we got confirmation. There's confusion on the field as this is going to be no touchdown for the Golden Hawks. The pick 6 does not score. I want to reiterate, the pick 6 does not score, and they are going to get the Golden Hawks offense out here from about the 15 to continue play.
Second week in a row we've had some confusion in the officiating, but they get it sorted out, and Council Rock South in a very good position. And correct me if I'm wrong again, I don't think they've thrown the ball once.
And here we go now. 3 receivers on the far side, and he's going to send it that way as a quick screen pass, now pushing his way through, trying to get the first down. He's still standing, still pushing his way, and gets a gain of about 10 as he's now up towards the 2. Went from the 12 to the 2, and what a play there.
What an effort, just pushing the pile there, getting him to the 1-yard line. And this is simple as it's going to get here. Pound the rock. They've been doing that all night long to perfection. Now you're at the 1-yard line. This is a dream scenario for the Council Rock South. Not just their offensive line, not just their running backs, but obviously their coaching staff. I mean, you couldn't have scripted a better start than this.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's the main thing with Council Rock North. You got to get ahead of them early. And here they go now. The Council Rock South Golden Hawks, 1st and goal from the 3. In the shotgun is Marley Emerson, hands this one off once again, and pushing his way in for a touchdown is the Hawks offense. That one scored by number 2, Gavin. Down running back there, pushes his way in for a Golden Hawks touchdown. And now they're going to get their chance for the PAT. We thought that's what was coming up, but no, we got a little bit of a Council Rock South drive there as the Golden Hawks got set on offense once again. 3 minutes and 52 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And the Golden Hawks looking to make this a 14-0 lead. The linemen get out there, get ready for the field goal, and this one sent up, and it is good. Council Rock South up ahead, 14-0 in this one. And we'll step away for a commercial break and be back with you in just a minute here on the Rally Sports Network.
Follow me to Finney McGee's Pub, winner of 2024 Bucks Happening List, Best Irish Bar, and Best Happy Hour, which is 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, with $2 domestic beer bottles and amazing food specials. Join us for karaoke or trivia every Tuesday night. Finney's is the perfect place to watch your favorite sports games. Follow Finney McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram for more information on daily specials and happenings. See you soon at Finney McGee's Pub, 1400 Farragut Avenue, Bristol Borough, PA. Follow me to Finney McGee's Pub, winner of 2024 Bucks Happening List, Best Irish Bar, and Best Happy Hour, which is 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, with $2 domestic beer bottles and amazing food specials. Join us for karaoke or trivia every Tuesday night. Finney's is the perfect place to watch your favorite sports games. Follow Finney McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram for more information on daily specials and happenings. See you soon at Finney McGee's Pub, 140.
And welcome back to the Rally Sports Network. I'm Danny McDevitt, joined alongside Ethan Whitney and Luke Vath behind her as Golden Hawks are going to kick this one away up towards the 15, and this one now received. Last time he bobbled it, and it fell back towards the 2, but he was able to still bring a gain in. Just a little bit more than his last one there as he gets it up towards the 25.
Just going to say there, Dan.
Alex Pandalecki.
At least he got it cleanly this time, and North's offense needing a spark here as you don't want to get down by 3 scores this early in the game. It's only the first quarter. There's plenty and so much time to get back in this game and so much time for South to add onto it, though. So you don't want to lose that much momentum this early in front of the home crowd partially to your right if you're on the field. See if they target Michael Zaretsky or see if they go back to the running game.
And here we go now. The Indians set on offense. They play action, pass this one out towards Zaretsky, and Zaretsky now tiptoeing down the sideline up and towards a first down. As I don't know how he stayed in there. That was a great play.
There he is, Michael Zaretsky, already having a bigger impact in this game than he did previously in the year, making a name for himself out there.
And Zaretsky becoming a favorite target here of Koza's. He's becoming increasingly more open when he goes out for passes, but that one, a good bubble screen pass there, sends it out to him, and he's able to just fly up the side of the field.
Absolutely, like you said, favorite target. You can tell that there's just a lot of trust between him, whether it be Gio Koza or Will Cabo. So we'll have to imagine they'll keep getting his number called all night long.
And timeout called here by Council Rock North. So that's going to be their first of the half. And Ethan, why don't you take it away with a ad read?
Looking for a local bar or restaurant to stop by for lunch or after work? Isaac Newton's is the perfect place for you. From the delicious specials to the kitchen to the amazing customer service, there's nothing that you won't find here. It's the perfect place to get great food for even better prices. And if you're just looking for a place to sit down, have a drink with your friends, Isaac Newton's is one of the best bars in the local Newtown area. It's the perfect place to grab a drink and watch your local Philly sports teams with your buddies. Stop by in town at 18 State Street all week long from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. So we take you back to the action here from Walt Snyder Stadium.
And here we go. The Golden Hawks defense heading out there first is breaking out of the huddle now was the Indians. And the storyline for them has been the lack of offense all season, Ethan.
Absolutely, and they're just struggling to get anything going on that side of the ball. They've shown some sparks tonight, though, haven't they? Targeting more towards the passing game with senior Gio Koza playing in his final game. So we'll see what the offense looks like for the rest of the night here, Dan.
Snaps this one and pitches it out towards his right side, and he is met as that was a nasty tackle. Cabo got the pitch, and he was met at that line of scrimmage.
A bit of a deep connection there. You know, it's the quarterback who's been there for a while. Gio Koza passing it to the guy who's going to replace him next year with a lot of expectations on each of their shoulders, whether it be for tonight or for the future. So very interesting to see how that connection is going to build this season. And what we'll see out of each of them next season is Gio Koza possibly looking to pursue football after Council Rock North.
And here we go now, lined up for a 2nd and 10. He was met at the line of scrimmage last time. Koza now in the shotgun. Puts a man in motion. It's Zaretsky. Passes off to Zaretsky, and he is not able to connect with that pass. That one is called incomplete. Some late contact there, but no flag. And Zaretsky had the opening there, but Koza not able to make the pass.
Yeah, just a little miscue there. He's just got to put that one on target as he had some room, and he could make a guy or two miss. Just get his blockers in front of him, and he can make things happen. So just an unfortunate, silly little mistake, and I think it's just been the nerves getting to them early, while Council Rock South, on the other hand, hasn't really shown any of that, and you could argue that that's been the difference here early.
And here we go now. Both teams lined up. 3 linemen and 2 linebackers lurking as now here they come. It's a blitz, and tossing this one up into the air and out of the reach of Zaretsky. Another misplaced pass there by Koza, but that one was into double cover. Almost triple coverage, but double coverage, yes.
You think you trust Michael Zaretsky? Throwing that into double coverage?
Throwing it into double coverage? Not with that pass.
I mean, that just kind of felt like, forget it. Michael Zaretsky's down there somewhere, you know what I mean? But just off target and over his head, obviously, into the sidelines as Gio Koza going to have to boot another one deep here, so he can hopefully set up his defense well as they look to avoid going down 3 scores with still 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
And they're going to punt this one away once again. As you want to see some competition out here in this Rock Bowl, but once again, they're going to send this one away. And the Golden Hawks have been perfect on offense. Both of their drives ending in a touchdown. And with it only being the first quarter, they could very well be going down 21-0 in the first quarter. But a great return there pulls them up towards midfield. And they're going to get this drive started off of excellent field position. But
a stop here for the North defense. We're going a long way. While on the opposite side, Council Rock South, they get up 21-0 early. All those nerves out the window just like that. So how much that would mean to the morale of this team. And obviously, there are some nerves. It's a younger football team, like their head coach mentioned to me before the game. So there's definitely some extra nerves going into this game. But you go up 21-0, and it's just football from then on out. The guys are doing what they love to do, and it's just all out the window. And meanwhile, like I mentioned, Council Rock North, they've shown arguably a lot of nerves, and that's just been the difference in just mental preparation here early in the game.
And here we go from the line. There's only one receiver out on the far side. It's usually a run when they're in this formation, and it is. He's going to hand it off here to number 2. And pushing his way up, he's escaping and brought down way up for a gain of about 15. Number 2 there taking that one a long ways, Gavin Lacey.
And Dan, it is another running back popping off against Council Rock North. We saw it 2 weeks ago in Ben Salem with the light show. We saw it a week ago for October Fall Festival against Solderton, and we are seeing it in the Rock Bowl. Biggest game. I mean, by all means, this is the Super Bowl of Council Rock North and South football, and what a performance it has been here early from the running game.
And here we go once again, looking to make something out of this first down is the Council Rock South Golden Hawks. In the backfield here is Emerson and Lacey. And Lacey now escaping. He's running through and pushing his way up towards another first down. His back-to-back first downs that they place this ball where I think they'll place it. It'll be another first down. And they're going to give it a first down, as that one's going to be a first down courtesy of Gavin Lacey pushing his way through.
I mean, Dan, even from a time of possession standpoint, this could get ugly. It's obviously a struggling North offense as it is. You can't put points up when you're not on the board, and when Council Rock South is going to pound the rock all night long, they might not see too much of offensive football tonight.
Yeah, there's not been a lot of offense from the Indians, and it has been like that all season. But here we go. Lined up in the backfield. Marley Emerson and the shotgun. And passes one out. It's a screen pass, but it bobbles out of his hands, and it's going to be called a incomplete catch. Incomplete pass.
I mean, they don't pass the ball that much, clearly, as you're seeing in this game, so that might have just been, maybe it's just cold, maybe they, hot hand, cold hand, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's just another silly mistake. We've seen a couple of those in this game as North's defense now set up well with a 2nd and 10. You'd have to imagine they're going to go back to the running game. It's been old reliable for them, not just all game, but all season. So with 1:36 left on the clock here, let's see what Council Rock South turns to in a 2nd and long.
And 2nd and long coming now. Emerson in the shotgun. He's got 4 receivers to look at. One of them closes in. He's still eligible. And that one's going to be delay of game. Took him too long to get set. It looks like he didn't know what he wanted. And Emerson made some pre-snap adjustments that caused that delay of game there.
It'll be a timeout there from the Golden Hawks. So each team has so far burned one. And like you said, there just looked like there was overall confusion. The running back to the right of Council Rock South's quarterback was signaling to the sideline, seemingly not knowing where to go. They avoid the 5-yard penalty there. Maybe they were trying to pull out some trickery. Maybe there was just confusion in the huddle. Hard to see what really happened there, but they take the field once again for what is still a 2nd and 10. Council Rock North defense possibly needing to change something up, whether it be in the trenches or in the secondary. Council Rock South has really had their way on both sides of the ball, as we've seen some beautiful Golden Hawks offense.
If North doesn't do something soon, this one's going to get out of hand very quickly. But South here puts a man in motion. Linesman in the backfield with him. And here we go. It's one of his blockers as here comes Gavin Lacey pushing his way through. Sorry, Pat Malone pushing his way through. And he just heaves away right through that defensive line as a gain of 5 for him there. Sets him up for 3rd and 5. And here is going to be a true test for this Council Rock North defense.
Exactly. You hear all the time the games are won and lost in the trenches. And Council Rock South's offensive and defensive lines, credit where credit is due. They have done a phenomenal job here, aren't they? Haven't they, Dan?
Plays like this will make or break the Rock Bowl. You cannot let South get ahead of you this much. Really needing to stop here. They push their way through, and they might be able to get up to the first down marker, but he is stopped, and we're going to have to see where this one is spotted to know. From what I see from the far line judge, it's going to be a 4th down.
Wow, what a stop there from North's defense. They finally get something to bounce their way. And we'll see what they go to. You'd have to imagine the offense stays on, but we did see kickers from both sides hitting from about the 30-yard line. So while this is a little bit off, but with the trust that he's probably built in this offense throughout this season, and especially this running game, this is an easy decision. But we will see if they try to take it to the second quarter, maybe draw him off sides.
And here we go from under center. Hands this one off. He's just going to try to push his way through the middle of the field, and he gets up to a first down, I believe. Yeah, his forward progress ended about that first down marker. And coaching staff looking for a flag there. It's a little bit of extracurricular activity after that play. There were some whistles blown, and he still took him down. But just paving their way there through the defensive line to get their first down.
And there it is once again, that running game. Council Rock South, a very close play there. North's defensive line did tighten up there, but you can't put yourself in those situations. I mean, it's hard for any defense, whether it be Council Rock South or LaSalle, to get a stop in that situation. You got to set yourself up better. And obviously, like I mentioned, easy decision for the coaching staff of Council Rock South there with how your offense is doing, and with more specifically how North's defense has been doing and how much they've struggled to win at the trenches. That was probably one of the easiest decisions he has made in his coaching tenure as a Golden Hawk.
And switching sides here as it's the end of the quarter. We'll step away for a quick break and be back with you after this short message from our sponsor.
Follow me to Finney McGee's Pub, winner of 2024 Bucks Happening List, Best Irish Bar, and Best Happy Hour, which is 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, with $2 domestic beer bottles and amazing food specials. Join us for karaoke or trivia every Tuesday night. Finney's is the perfect place to watch your favorite sports games. Follow Finney McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram for more information on daily specials and happenings. See you soon at Finney McGee's Pub, 1400 Farragut Avenue, Bristol Borough, PA.
And welcome back to Walt Snyder Stadium for the historic Rock Bowl. As this one handed off, and so QB is going to keep it himself there. Marley Emerson just pushes his way through there with a QB draw, and he is off and away.
I mean, damn, with how the North defense has struggled to contain their running backs, you have to imagine some of the hearts just sank on that defense, knowing that their quarterback can do it too. And just really anyone on that offense is trusted to make things happen with the football. The coach, showing extreme trust in his guys here, which is something that is always a good sign to see from your football team, as Golden Hawks are having their way here early as we enter the second quarter of play.
And that kind of justified going for it on fourth down just a few plays ago, as they have just been in control. There is no stopping this run game right now. You got to find a way around it. And just as I say it, he hands it off once again here to Gavin Lacey. And Lacey pushes his way up for just short of a first down. 21-yard line of ball rest here.
Similar situation if they don't get it here to what they saw just a few plays ago, but you'd have to imagine, unless there's a significant loss in this play, it will be the same decision from Council Rock South's coaching staff here, as a huge problem for Council Rock North early has been containing the outside on the run. Those DBs have got to get there quicker. They've got to make the tackles. That has been a staple of North's defense. They have not been able to make the tackles that they need to make as they come out in a heavy formation here on 3rd and 1.
And here we go. It is stacked. 3 in the backfield and hands it off. Pushing his way through, trying to find a lane up to the first down marker. That was number 25, Nate Silick.
And Dan, I think I can count on my left hand how many times Council Rock South has thrown the football. And I think I can count on no hands how many times they've thrown it that hasn't been a screen pass. I mean, the amount of work that this offensive line has been putting in is tremendous, and they have done a exceptional job here early, as they are just, how exhausted is that North defensive line going to get? Is the, obviously, Council Rock South, they're feeling good. North, you're a little bit down on yourself after a start like this, and especially a game of this magnitude, Dan.
You got to think the strategy of ground and pound is about wearing the other team out along the way. And if this is how they're playing so early in the game, you got to think after they get tired, this defensive line is not going to be well rested for this game, and it might just lead to more problems. But that's for speculation.
Absolutely, and Dan, like you said, with the exhaustion and really just the fatigue factor of this game, these 5, 6, 7-yard rushes are going to get bigger and bigger as the game goes along. And it's never good when you're saying that, and we're saying they're bigger and bigger, like these are small rushes. They're getting 5, 6 yards every single play, and it's just something that North has been unable to stop.
And it has been pedal to the floor here for these Golden Hawks, is leading the way here. Gavin Lacey, their running back, He's class of 2026. Like you said, a young team. There is not many, just looking at this roster, there is not many class of 2025 students here.
Dan, if this band playing YMCA doesn't get the North defensive line going, I don't know what will. This has been a very good band so far. Just give them flowers.
I don't really focus on the band, but fair enough.
I'm a big YMCA guy.
All right, fair enough. Big Village People fan. Another run here. Pushes him up to the 10. But yeah, another big Village People fan.
What's that?
Big Village People fan.
Actually, YMCA just gets me going. Yeah, that's where I'm feeling down on my dough, as they would say in the song.
Down in my... Okay. I don't want to know what that means.
Dough, like money?
I get it, but like... Pretend I never asked.
All right, so there's a football game going on, everybody.
The Rock Bowl happening. Council Rock North taking on Council Rock South. And here we go. Emerson lined up in the shotgun. Hands this one off to Lacey. Lacey pushing his way through around the right side and just rams his way up towards the 5.
Very close to the first down. We'll see what the ruling is here. Looks from here like he's a little bit short, and he will be, but I don't think anything's changing on the Golden Hawks side of the football. Or no, they will actually say he did get the first down. So 1st and goal from the 7 or the 8-yard line. Tough to see from up here, but more running is coming. North knows it. They just haven't been able to stop it, and especially demoralized at the end. You'd have to imagine when you basically know what's coming.
Yeah, you can know what's coming, but if you can't stop it, there's nothing you can do here.
Absolutely.
And 3 backs lined up, and under center, he hands this one off, pushing his way through there, but he is getting nowhere as they finally get a stop by the line of scrimmage.
Finally, a sign of life from that Council Rock North defensive line. There's finally, some quality tackling. Guys got where they needed to be, and
a flag thrown. This one's probably going to be on sportsmanlike conduct.
And that looks like it's going to be on North, too, if refs were right next to him.
This one called by, I believe, the crew chief. So he was back near the north side, so I think it might have come from the North team.
That is just...
And, yep, it's going to be called on North.
That is an unacceptable...
That one you just cannot do. If you were down in this game, I get it's the Rock Bowl. I get that there is a lot on the line here. Bragging rights, of course.
Exactly.
But you just cannot let that happen.
And, yeah, like you said, I know nerves are high, but just because you got one stop, you got to focus play by play. You can't be doing that after... Because, you take one step forward, now it's first down again. You take 3 steps backwards. You just can't do that. And when you're given a team like Council Rock South, who's already had their way in this game, you're giving them another break, resetting the down, and just nullifying the great play you just made.
And here we go. After the penalty call, they get up to the 2. And that's going to start him out on 2nd down. Emerson moving some players around. Gets the near side, his strong side here, and hands it off. And he is just going to run scot-free right into the end zone as Malone brings in another Council Rock South touchdown and puts the Golden Hawks ahead 20-0.
And Dan, like I said, you got to contain the outside for these corners. They targeted the outside. North was convinced they're going straight down the gut, and they switch it up on them, go to the outside, and North was not ready for it. You can't afford those kind of mistakes. You got to be able to get there first, and it has just been, whether it be to the left, to the right, or up the middle, Council Rock South is doing whatever they want, and that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is looking especially costly since, like I mentioned, they made a good play, but you nullify it with a penalty like that.
They have been strategic, and they have been unstoppable. This Golden Hawks offense, there has been no way of stopping it this entire game.
Absolutely.
But as we prepare for kickoff, we'll step away. As Ethan, take it away with an ad read.
Look for a local bar or restaurant to stop by for lunch or after work. Isaac Newton's is the perfect place for you. From the amazing specials to the kitchen to the fantastic customer service, there's nothing that you won't find here. It's the perfect place to get great food for even better prices. And if you're looking for a place to sit down and have a drink with your friends, Isaac Newton's has one of the best bars in the local Newtown area. It's the best place to grab a drink and watch your local Philly sports teams. Stop by in town at 18 State Street all week long from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. South gets ready to boot it back to a North offense, needing a spark, needing anything, and needing a spark is something that I feel like I've said week in and week out with this North offense, haven't we, Dan?
Yeah, broken record we've been playing all season is you gotta find offense. And they have not been able to find it all season, but now they're going to get another shot. Maybe they can turn things around here on this drive. You got time fading away as you grow ever closer to halftime.
And a running clock in the Rock Bowl would be humiliating on many levels here, wouldn't it, Dan?
Yeah, that would not be good. But catching this one here is number 2. And he's just going to step out of bounds at about the 30, taking that one, Max Gambeskia.
I mean, here you go, Dan. You got good field position. The offense needs something. The defense kind of shot itself in the foot there with the penalty. You need something to get your team back in it because there's still plenty of time. You just need to get something, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown. Get something, get your defense to make a stand. Put yourself back in this football game. Because like we said, these rivalry games, despite North's record, despite South's record, you got to put that all out the window, and it feels like North is almost in their own heads.
Yeah, no, 100%. And now here we go. Giovanni Koza with his offense. They finally get started again. It feels like it's been an eternity since they've been on offense. And rolls out near side, throws this one away to Zaretsky. Zaretsky now finding a lane up towards midfield as he is the perfect option to throw to there. And a flag thrown. I'm not sure who it's going to be on. It was called by the line judge here.
Zaretsky is talking to the official, but so is number 25 to his offensive coordinator, I believe that is.
And we're just going to wait to see what this one's going to be.
North cannot afford a penalty on that play. But Dan, like you mentioned at the beginning of the play.
Yep, that one's going to be on North.
Oh my goodness.
Illegal blocking in the back.
Again. And that is going to void the entire play.
That is just, you cannot take those kind of plays. When you have a play that can change momentum for yourselves and get you some points on the board, you can't be making mistakes like that.
And you know, Dan, these blowouts, you can really, like when there's a blowout, whether it be for North or against North, you can really take it down to a couple plays where they just had chances to put themselves back in the game and they shot themselves in the foot, making silly mistakes, or they just couldn't get it done. And like you mentioned earlier with this time of possession thing, you need to move and you need to move fast because Council Rock South is going to have long, dominating drives, which you just can't compete with right now.
And takes a snap here, looks to hand it off. Cabo made a saving block, and now he's going to roll out, take it himself, and he's going to get himself a first down on his own and a little more. Here comes Koza, making his way now towards the far side. He's trying to make it to the end zone and take it to the house, but no, he's going to be stopped around the 22 on an amazing play that gets him up towards
and Dan, I hate
the other side of the field.
It is all coming back. There was a hold on number 22. If they got that penalty, it is all coming back.
And that is a killer flag there.
Ref saw it immediately. And that is going to be, if you count the play, 60, 70-yard penalty there.
That is a costly penalty as you just completely flip this game upside down, but now it's all going to be sent back the other way.
I mean, Dan, that is really the third. You had the stop in the, or not the stop, but the stuffed run inside the 10. You had the completion to Michael Zaretsky, and you have that really fantastic run there by Gio Koza that all nullified, and that is possibly a touchdown they just cost themselves by making these silly mistakes, haven't they, Dan?
Yeah, no, you just, these mistakes cannot happen the way they've been, and it has just been so costly to this team.
The Chirp Squad sign has disappeared in the North student section, while South has never looked more alive. They are excited to see possibly a win here in the Rock Balls. North needs something, anything here.
Yeah, now that Chirp Squad sign is gone, and maybe the morale of the North fan base too, but a great play there, taking himself there was Giovanni Koza to move him up for a first down at the 45.
That's something you're looking for if you're on the coaching staff here for Council Rock North. Gio Koza not afraid to take that hit. He knows how important this game is for him. Obviously, his last here as a Council Rock North Indian, so he's going to leave it all out here on the field tonight, be it win or loss. There's nothing that he will not do to finally get a Rock Bowl win in his final chance.
I think that's a drone over the field right now. I'm trying to figure out if that's a drone or a plane.
Duck and cover, everybody.
Yeah, something flying over. Looks like it's recording.
The broadcast cuts out. You know what happened.
It handed off here. Moves up towards the first down. but he goes nowhere there.
Couldn't hold on to that one.
You gotta find some offensive power here if you were the Castle Rock North Indians.
Absolutely. It's an interesting spot for Will Cabo. You'd have to assume not given the starting quarterback or even reps at quarterback due to this being Gio's senior year and this being his last game. You'd have to imagine that is at least part of the reasoning. So he's transitioned both in the practices and on the field to a skill position / DB. So you'd have to imagine it's a very interesting spot for him, not used to contributing to the team this way. But you have to imagine it's gonna be interesting to see how much pressure they put on him in the last game of the
Steps
season.
back, looks to throw, pocket collapsing on him. He moves out towards the near side, and now what's coming back is another flag as holding once again called that takes the play away from them.
Dan, that is the third first down in this drive alone that has been nullified due to penalty.
Yeah, that you cannot let that happen. There has been so many flags that just ruined plays here. And now this one coming back once again.
And I don't even
And
know we can
North just
attribute
not
that
having
to.
no control.
Is it nerves? Is it just lack of execution? It's really tough. Like, you can say it's nerves, but at some point, they've, in my opinion, no doubt they've cost themselves a touchdown on this drive. I mean, if they were really playing at the level of discipline that you need to in a game like this, it should be 21-7 right now. It's just unacceptable discipline here early from North, as it is going to be 4th and about.
And yep, it's
25
going to be
or second
holding
25,
over
excuse me,
on
not fourth,
the
25.
Council Rock North Indians. Second and a whole country mile here is second and about 20, it looks to be. Second and 21.
First down at the 44.
And Koza now from the shotgun. Pocket collapsing, he sends a pass out. It's a quick little pass over to Zaretsky, but Zaretsky able to make a lot out of it, and he gets a first down on that play.
Wow.
Just paved the lane, and away he went.
What a play there by Zaretsky, and isn't he having himself a night, Dan? Score be damned, he is going to give his all out there on the field as he is making a name for himself in this school, in this team, and for the coaching staff. You have to imagine that they saw what he provided for them last week against Sauderton, and they have made him an integral part of this offense just a week later.
And now Koza once again from the shotgun. He's got two receivers on the near side, one on the far side, and they hand this one off to Cabo. Cabo able to secure the first down. And that sets him up for a first down in enemy territory here at about the 43.
Once again, we see a pretty significant connection here for Indians football. Koza to Cabo, obviously, like I mentioned earlier, the transition of power as William Cabo looking to do anything he can to secure what, if I'm correct, would be his first Rock Bowl win and the last for Gio Koza.
And yeah, the seniors playing their hearts out this game. It is their final game on this field. As another handoff here to Cabo. Cabo pushing his way up, trying to get a gain of about 2. So he wanted more, but he was met at that line. Was lucky to get away with about 2.
Yeah, and just once again, another example of that South defensive line imposing their will. And that is something you'd have to imagine they worked on a lot in practices. The game plan has been pretty simple. It's been run the football and dominate in the trenches.
And this handoff from and he's away with it. He's open now as he scoops it up, and he's off the way. As he's going to stay up and pushing his way through to about the 19. He was a freight train, and there was no stopping him. As scoops the fumble off the messed up handoff to Cabo there. Cabo just, I guess the play wasn't read correctly maybe. Cabo didn't seem like he wanted to take it, or maybe Koza held on to it too long, but the ball fell out of their hands. And off and away, the Golden Hawks defense flew away.
I'm right there with you, Dan. I'm lost as to what just happened there on that play. I don't know if it was a read option and Koza just took too long to decide, if there was a miscue in the huddle. I'm lost as to what just happened there on the field, but that is so many mistakes on that drive, Dan. Just be it the penalties or that handoff. I mean, that is a drive where they just shot themselves in the foot time and again, and it might cost them a touchdown here depending on if the defense can hold.
Just simple football mistakes here. That one was just a handoff that they couldn't complete. Moving around here is Lacey trying to get his way up, and he is stopped at about the 17. But yeah, it's just simple football mistakes that have costed them that drive there for the Council Rock North Indians. as it came from multiple flags that just ruined huge plays for the team, that sent them back, and then the ending of that drive came from a handoff that was taken into their own end.
I mean, yeah, Dan, like I said, I'm lost as to what just happened on there. I mean, we've called the last just about a month football for Council Rock South or Council Rock North, and I don't think we've seen something like that on either side.
And here we go once again. Taking the ball here is Emerson, hands it off to Lacey. Lacey coming around towards the right side and brought down the 15.
And North's defense doing a great job containing the edge this time around. It's something that I gave them a hard time for on the other drives. They have adapted and improved here on this drive as you see how much better they've been able to stop the run. As see if they force South into a passing down here, or possibly this is 4-down territory, so they will run it regardless. So see how aggressive South's coaching staff wants to be, already up a comfortable 21-0 lead.
If you can stop them here on 3rd down, that might be able to salvage this half in just a little bit if you can drive it in for a touchdown. The 3 minutes you have left, but handing this one off, and he might have found a way. It's the 1st down marker, but no, the defensive line makes a stand. And that's going to set them up for the field goal.
So, Dan, if you're a coach of the Gold, oh my goodness, another penalty. Hold everything, folks.
And this one looks like it's going to be on the Indians, but
no, it is on South.
Oh no, it's going to be on South here.
And see, obviously a rivalry. We've seen one unsportsmanlike conduct for each team so far getting chippy. Council Rock North, you obviously huge penalty for you there. So now, Dan, I ask you this question: You're the head coach of the Golden Hawks. What are you doing here? Are you kicking the field goal, taking a 24-0 lead, or are you going aggressive, staying aggressive, putting that trust in your defense?
They have not been able to stop the run game other than this drive just here. So I think you stay out there. You just keep handing the ball off. And I think someone's got to break here on 4th down.
They've yet to respot the ball from the penalty, though. So, unless
they're speaking over there with Coach Garrett, coach of the Council Rock North. 2 flags on the play here.
Coach Garrett is livid on the sideline.
And they're trying to figure things out. And here comes
screen, getting in the faces of his coordinators.
And yeah, it's going to be offsetting penalties, it looks like. Sportsmanlike conduct on South and
yeah, it appears he's upset on how it would be offsetting, as he's in the face of his coordinators just a moment ago. So a pair of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. As you'd have to imagine, just rest maybe didn't see who hypothetically shot first there. So
yeah, it's going to let them set up for 3rd down here, as they're now. Yeah, it's going to be 4th down. They switched the marker. It was holding up 3rd down, so I was kind of confused there for a minute.
Yeah, I was lost there a little bit. I won't lie.
But is it a timeout called by South, I believe? And we'll step away and send you a commercial break. Back in just a minute.
Follow me to Finney McGee's Pub, winner of 2024 Bucks Happening List, Best Irish Bar, and Best Happy Hour, which is 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, with $2 domestic beer bottles and amazing food specials. Join us for karaoke or trivia every Tuesday night. Finney's is the perfect place to watch your favorite sports games. Follow Finney McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram for more information on daily specials and happenings. See you soon at Finney McGee's Pub, 1400 Farragut Avenue, Bristol Borough, PA.
Welcome back to Walt Snyder Stadium for the Rock Bowl, and this has been a one-sided affair so far. But the test now coming here on 4th down. As I said, I think you go for it here. But strong side here with 3 receivers up on the far side. He's going to move one down, and Emerson steps back. He's looking to throw and sends this one towards the middle and slapped away as the Indians take a stand on 4th down and get the ball back. Ryder Orwick gets his hand in there and disrupts the pass to give North the ball back.
Exactly what the doctored order there for Council Rock North. A huge stand backed up in their own territory, as maybe it was the incorrect decision to go for the touchdown there. Maybe you kicked the field goal, but I do agree with the decision to stay aggressive there. But now Council Rock North, you get the stop on the defensive end. Now you need, like we kept saying, you need something, anything on the offensive side of the ball. They shot themselves in the foot a lot on that last drive. We'll see if they can clean up the mistakes and possibly make something of some not so great field possession, as they will start from about their own 10-yard line as Giocosa gets ready.
And here we go, the Indians back on offense. They hand this ball off, and not what you usually see on a 2-minute drive, but they're just going to look to hand this one off to Cabo, and Cabo gets them up for about 2 yards. And they're not showing much haste here to get set up, so they might let this run down to the 2-minute warning.
They've got the 2-minute warning and 1 timeout remaining, so we'll see, like you mentioned, how aggressive they're going to be with the clock, as we are 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning, so it looks like they might just try to draw them off sides if they even get there.
They got a long ways to go if they want to get down to that field. And puts a man in motion. It's Zaretsky. Zaretsky moves up towards the far side, and keeping this himself is Koza, and he is ramming his way up towards the 35. What a play there for Koza. Keeps himself QB draw, and he is off and away. He has been electric keeping the ball himself so far this game.
I mean, Giocosa just running like a chicken with his head cut off. I don't think we've seen this level of tenacity from him all season long, and obviously there's no question as to why. Like we said, biggest game of the season, and there is nothing he wouldn't do to come back in this game. I mean, what a comeback it would be. What a legendary moment it would be for both of these schools to get a win in this Rock Bowl.
And steps back. He's looking to throw. Has some options. Pass this one down. Gets it to his tight end. And 48 there. Complete. As he gets all the way out of bounds. That was Duffy taking that catch. The tight end just found him crossing the middle of the field. And that's one of my favorite routes in football. Just send the tight end right for the middle of the field. He usually is able to break up the linebacker and get open.
Exactly, and I don't envy it as a smaller man myself, running across the middle of the field like that, taking the hits. But obviously they've got a good tight end on this team. And Dan, we saw the flashes on the last drive, and they are finally, being able to take advantage of that. There's been less mistakes so far early in this drive. So we'll see if they can punch this one in here with less than a minute left, or a minute and a half.
And steps back, Koza looking to pass. Pocket is collapsing. He needs to get rid of it, and he is hit and met behind the marker all the way back at the 30. And that one you just cannot let happen. That pocket was collapsing quick, and he had nowhere to go. The offensive line has just been thrown around this entire game.
I mean, yeah, Dan, announcers jinx for me a little bit there. As soon as I praised them for a mistake-free drive up to this point, they give up that sack to Giocosa. And with 21 seconds remaining on the clock, we'll see how aggressive Coach Garrett wants to be here on a 3rd down, as he will burn his final timeout of the half.
North's taking a timeout, and they have not had good clock management so far. So, can't imagine why they're taking a timeout here, but they're going to take some time to talk about this one before their 3rd down play here with 21 seconds left to go.
Certainly curious, but we'll see if Council Rock South will be especially aggressive, and if they were able to get a stop here on North, possibly burn one of the 2 timeouts they have remaining to try and put maybe 3 more up on the board as we inch closer and closer to halftime here at Walt Snyder Stadium.
I just can't imagine that you would want to give this ball back to the Golden Hawks in any way here, as they have just been electric on offense. They have had no stopping them, and I wouldn't put it past them to be able to score in 20 seconds.
I mean, if they're passing, you'd have to match just be a dump off, and you might see them give it to Cabo here. Be interesting to see how aggressive they want to be, as they've once again kind of cost themselves a chance at points here on
I feel
the
like we're going to see a very designed play in this one.
Exactly.
They had the timeout to think about it. Zaretsky moves in motion, and here we go. Koza looking to send this one up and away. He has Zaretsky open, and if he was able to place that pass better, he would have been taking it to the house. He had him there, Zaretsky. And Koza just not able to place that in his hands. He's going to set him up for the 4th down and give the Council Rock South Golden Hawks 24 seconds to make some magic.
I mean, Dad, just like you said, there's Zaretsky beat his man. He had him over the top. Once again, Koza just needs to put more air under that football, and can't imagine how different this game would have felt if they wouldn't have been taking the penalties on the drive before, and if it would have hit his man there. Just a plethora of self-inflicted wounds here from the Indians' offense.
And this one is going to, might push them back a little bit farther. Whistle's blown, and that one's going to be a delay of game.
And North had no timeouts to stop it, so no choice but to take the 5-yard penalty there.
And is there no better way to end this half for the Council Rock North Indians? That's been the story of their offense so far this entire game, is flag after flag and just pushing yourself down further and further. But this one almost blocked. I think he tipped it as that one goes flying away up into the air, bounces around and rolling towards the 45 is where that one's going to lie. If you could get a quick pass over to the sideline and get this one up to maybe the 35, you have the ability to let your kicker take a shot at it. As we saw earlier in pregame that they were taking shots from about the 30.
Exactly. Dan, like you said, for the North offense, a sea of yellow in these flags that they have taken. For Council Rock South, the smart decision is probably take a knee out here, but this is a rivalry game. There is obviously a lot more on the line here in this game than there's been any other game of the season. So, for rivalry's sake, you'd have to imagine they might take a shot here, try to put an extra 3 up on the board. As 11 seconds remain on the game clock.
The Hawks here with Emerson in the shotgun. They have 3 receivers on the near side. They step back and they're looking to throw. Dumps this one away towards the middle of the field, and that's probably going to let them run the clock out, as that's going to take us into, nope. There's, clock stops. And they're going to get one more play out of this one. The timeout coming from Council Rock South, as they're going to get one more play to see if they can make some magic happen here.
Yeah, Dan, and I like the aggressiveness. You'd have to imagine with 5 seconds left, this is just a Hail Mary shot at the end zone, or possibly some.
You got to think it's just going to be seeing if the matchups are off and if you know one guy can beat the other and just take it downfield.
Exactly. Hey, maybe we get some backyard football lateral play. That'd be fun to see here in the Rock Bowl.
Yeah, and you got to wonder, though, if Emerson, he has not thrown the ball a lot this game. His only pass, I believe, was incomplete. I believe that was his only pass of the game.
Screen passes, but yeah.
Yeah, other than screen passes, the only pass towards middle of the field was incomplete.
Maybe you see a little Miami Miracle remake back from, I believe, 2019 that was.
Except it wouldn't be much of a miracle. This team is in control. And here we go.
We'll find a cool nickname for it.
Marley Emerson looking to make this Rock Bowl 27-0. And he is sacked. Council Rock North gets their first sack of the game there. Being brought down by number 67, Charles Shepherdson, the junior defensive tackle, just able to collapse the pocket and get the sack. But as we head into halftime, Council Rock South is in control with the pedal to the metal. They are up 21-0, and they have just taken full reign of this game.
Absolutely, Dan. It has been a sea of yellow for the Council Rock North offense. They have shot themselves in the foot multiple times. I mean, they are arguably a couple flags and a little bit more air under a ball from Giocosa from this being a 21-14 game. I mean, it's been closer than the score indicates, but at the end of the day, the score is 21-0.
And it looks like South staying out there to have a pep talk. Usually they head back to the locker room by now, but they're going to talk on the sideline here. But we're going to step away for a little bit, and we'll be back once the band takes the field. We'll be showing you all the band coverage and be back here for the action on the Rock Bowl. See you in just a minute here on the Rally Sports Network.
Follow me to Finney McGee's Pub, winner of 2024 Bucks Happening List, Best Irish Bar, and Best Happy Hour, which is 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, with $2 domestic beer bottles and amazing food specials. Join us for karaoke or trivia every Tuesday night. Finney's is the perfect place to watch your favorite sports games. Follow Finney McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram for more information on daily specials and happenings. See you soon at Finney McGee's Pub, 1400 Farragut Avenue, Bristolboro, PA.
I'd like to remind all Council Rock South and North football fans, as well as the band members, you can always catch a replay of tonight's action on YouTube.
No obligation estimates. Stop into one of their showrooms, the Newtown showroom across from the high school, or their brand new showroom on Lancaster Ave in Wayne, PA. The Holland Floor family wishes all Council Rock students a great year. Drum majors, is the band ready? Performing in exhibition, the 2024 Council Rock North Marching Band.
Follow me to Finney McGee's Pub, winner of 2024 Bucks Happening List, Best Irish Bar, and Best Happy Hour, which is 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, with $2 domestic beer bottles and amazing food specials. Join us for karaoke or trivia every Tuesday night. Finney's is the perfect place to watch your favorite sports games. Follow Finney McGee's Pub on Facebook and Instagram for more information on daily specials and happenings. See you soon at Finney McGee's Pub, 1400 Farragut Avenue, Bristol Borough, PA.
South received the second half kickoff. Number 1, Brody Walker. Number 2, Gavin Lacey, kicking off for the number 16.
Welcome back to Walt Snyder Stadium tonight for a rivalry like no other. It's the Rock Bowl here on the Rally Sports Network. I'm Danny McDevitt, joined alongside Ethan Whitney. Behind the camera is Luke Vath, and we are ready to kick off second half action here on the Rally Sports Network. Leading this one is Council Rock South, 21-0 here as we kick off the third quarter. Ethan, any input?
I mean, Council Rock North has to get it going on the offense side of the football. They had a lot of opportunities in the latter half of the second quarter, but blew it due to penalties or poor performance, so they need to get it in real fast there. But Council Rock North's defense, on the other hand, has done a better
Send this
job.
one out of bounds, and that one's going to get them better field position.
Like you said, though, yeah, Council Rock South, the Golden Hawks, they haven't had it their way as much as they did in the beginning of the game, specifically that first quarter. In the second half of that second quarter, really, they showed some mistakes that they made. They had some penalties. Council Rock North's defense looked a little bit better, but at the end of the day, with only 24 minutes left in this game, it's going to be a matter of possession time. Looking for a local bar or restaurant to stop by for lunch or after work? Isaac Newton's is the perfect place for you. From the delicious specials from the kitchen to the amazing customer service, it's nothing that you won't find here. It's the perfect, look for a better place to just sit and have a drink with friends. Isaac Newton's has one of the best bars in the local Newtown area. Stop by anytime at 18 State Street from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. all week long.
And now here we go. The Golden Hawks on offense. They hand this one off. You probably could have predicted that one. And the Indians did as they sent that one. They blocked that one right up at the line of scrimmage. They only get a gain of about 1 there out of that play.
Council Rock South, the Golden Hawks, they're starting to show some chinks in the armor as much as you can when you're up by 21. But Council Rock North's defense has done a much better job specifically defending the run as of late. And obviously they're going to need it because they can't afford to let South go on these lengthy drives like they did in that first half. They're just simply not going to have enough time to make a comeback.
Marley Emerson in the shotgun with, believe, Gavin Lacey, if I can see that number correctly. And, yep, Gavin Lacey. But he's going to pass this one away in a quick bubble screen there, but he loses his footing, and Brody Walker there not able to find anything out of that screen pass.
Council Rock South just getting in their own way here early as an offense that looked unstoppable in the first half is showing some tiny mistakes, these mental errors like tripping there. You just can't afford that. And they head to the sideline. They need to find something here on the third and long. You don't want to go 3 and out, especially with an offensive Council Rock North that showed a lot of flashes there in the second half of the second quarter, but just weren't able to convert on them. So you'd have to imagine there will be some game plan changes on that side of the ball in the second half.
And now from the shotgun here, Marley Emerson for third down, 3rd and 10, passes this one up towards middle of the field, and he is driven down to the ground at the 40, and he does not get the third down conversion on that one, but the offense staying out there, and he is holding on to his ribs. But we're going to step away for injury. We'll be back in just a minute. Ad read.
Look for a local bar or restaurant to stop by for lunch or after work? Isaac Newton's is the perfect place for you. From the kitchen to the amazing specials to the fantastic customer service, there's nothing that you won't find here. It is the perfect place to get a drink with your friends or watch your local Philadelphia sports teams. If you want to stop by at 18 State Street all week long from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. That is 18 State Street all week long from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m.
And as he heads back out to the field, looks like he just got his wind knocked out of him a little bit. Hopefully he's all right. He walked off on his own accord, so we can only hope he's all right. And the offense staying out there. They got 3 backs, and they're going to go for this 4th down conversion. It's a big one, but whistle's blown. And timeout called by Council Rock North. You waste your timeout there, I got to say.
Yeah,
you kind of need that one.
It's an interesting spot to call a timeout, especially when you're down by 21. You'd have to imagine whether they are able to lead this comeback or not, you're going to need those down the stretch there, Dan. So, like you said, it's been an interesting use of the timeouts all night long there. But if they can get a stop here, Dan, I don't know about you, I feel like that would have been the best defensive possession we've seen from North, possibly our entire season with them, while the Golden Hawks looking to get back to the game that they were playing in the first quarter, convert this on a run.
And this is one of the biggest plays of this entire game, the Rock Bowl here. As this is a 4th down play, a fourth and about 4 If you are the Indians here, you need this stop. It may not be as necessary for the Golden Hawks to
Looks like they're
convert,
punting.
but you need this stop. If you're the Council Rock North Indians, you need to get back with the ball. And
Change
I'm sorry, it's not a
lines.
fourth down. He punts it away.
I tried to warn you.
I couldn't hear you through the headset,
No, yeah, it's loud in here. It's
but my mistake. They punt this one away. I got carried away in the ambition of the fourth down there, but they're just going to punt that one away.
so interesting from the South coaching staff there. North's timeout seemingly changed their minds, I suppose. As North's offense, which, like we said, got in their own way every single time there in that first half of football. They need to limit the mistakes. As like we said, if they didn't get in their own way as much as they did, this is a one-score game here, Dan. And we'll see what Coach Garrett and Gio Koza have got ready for us in their first possession of the second half.
And steps back, hands this one off. And Cabo now pushing his way through back towards the line of scrimmage, and a gain of about nothing. William Cabo with the carry there. He's been taking most of the handoffs for this Indians offense.
Will Cabo not seeing the success that he saw a week ago against Sauderton, which you have to imagine was something that the coaching staff was hoping for, as he was so good for that offense last week. But someone who has stepped up has been Michael Zaretsky. We'll see if they target him here on a 2nd and 9.
And now, with 9 to gain, Council Rock North down. They need the conversion here. Or sorry, they need a first down here. And it sets them up for a 3rd and long. You got to keep the ball moving here if you are Council Rock North. You can't get yourself set up in these long third and long opportunities.
I mean, Dan, I don't really know what just happened there on that play. It looks like Michael Zaretsky was running around, maybe some form of an RPO, but Gio never looked that way. So very interesting design there. Obviously, kind of Golden Hawks have kind of forced their hand. Gio Koza going to have to unload the arm here. We saw him just slightly off target on some of his deep balls in the first half. We'll see if he can get that back on, or maybe they go across the middle to Michael Zaretsky as the Golden Hawks look to make a stand here on 3rd down.
And here we go, step back. He looks to pass. Koza steps up in the pocket. He's moving around. The defenders are closing in, and he had no open lane to pass as he is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a 4th and very long. It's going to set them up for a punt. And the Golden Hawks head out here on the punt return team.
Some emotion showing there on the Council Rock South sideline. They are excited, and that mojo that Council Rock North's offense seemed to have towards the end of the first half zapped away from them just like that.
And like we said all season, this offense has just not been there. And this one now landing at about the 34 is where that one's going to go out of bounds. Maybe the 35. And a lot of yelling coming from the, I believe it was that the north sideline that was yelling?
Sounded like the south sideline to me, and you have to imagine there's got to be some excitement starting to build on that sideline as they're starting to realize something that they've looked forward to the whole season, possibly a win in the Rock Bowl. That is something, obviously, that is the game you circle on your calendar, and they are so close, but they can't get ahead of themselves. Neither, obviously, can any team in the league. You got to remember that there's still just about 20 minutes left of football to be played, and all they have to do is continue to do what they've been doing, as we've seen back-to-back 3-and-outs from each offense, respectively, as the Golden Hawks get ready for their second possession of the second half.
First down, you can expect a run, and this one's just going to be whistled. Timeout called by the Council Rock South Golden Hawks. We have 7 minutes and 37 seconds to go in this third quarter of play.
I have to imagine there's just something they maybe didn't like there in the North defense. Or, like you said, though, easy decision here for the South coaching staff. You're going to pound the rock down their throats. But North's defense, like we said, looked better in the latter end of the second half there. But they're going to need another stop here. And at the end of the day, you needed something from the offense there after you got that stop. But South's defense, the Golden Hawks, great job at stopping them. And now it is kill the clock mode. You know, you're not really playing conservative when you're pounding the rock with the team, because that's where they get their big yards from. So it's just such a great thing to have if you're a Golden Hawks fan.
And the near side is stacked up. It's their strong side, and that's where they're going to hand it off to. Running with the ball here is Pat Malone. He's pushing his way up by the 40 and rolls out of bounds for a gain of 5, and that's going to set them up for 2nd and 5. A good run there. They packed the near side of the field, and they just went right to it.
Yep, getting to the outside once again. It's something that North was able to clean up more towards the final stages of the second half, that outside run, but they were not able to get to it there. As this is whistled. Is this another timeout? It's unclear on who took it. Or is it injury timeout?
And they call timeout. Injury timeout is heading off the field. There's number 67, Charles Shepardson. He had the sack earlier this game.
Guess the ref saw something that he didn't like there, taking the kid out of the game. Council Rock South did a great job there getting to the outside, controlling it. It's on the corners. You see Will Cabo there lined up on the outside. It is going to be on them to contain this run, as that's where South makes their money, you know what I mean? These outside rushes and pounding the rock.
And hands this one off. It goes to Lacey. Lacey spins around and moving up towards a first down. To the 49 there, Gavin Lacey putting on a little spinorama.
Actually, a little ballerina stuff there, just shading off the tackles, which, like we mentioned earlier, tackling has been a key point of the North defense in what they've struggled to do. Meanwhile, South, they've just done the fundamentals on both sides of the ball. They've dominated in the trenches. They've made the tackles that they've needed to make. And as it's going to show here in the second half, they have controlled the time of possession, Dan. I mean, we're not keeping track, but you have to imagine just how lopsided it is looking.
And now from the shotgun. Holding it here is Emerson. He hands it off. And barreling his way up was number 1, Brody Walker, the sophomore running back, 5'9", 180 pounds, proving to be a soon-to-be threat for this team.
Absolutely, and another... We get a little World Series update from up here if you're tapped into 2 games at once here, but running backs just eating up this Council Rock North Indians defense, so we saw it for the last 3 weeks now.
And 3 backs back there with Emerson. He hands it off to number 25, Nate Sidlick. And he just pushes his way through as this run game is back alive again. First down once again for the Golden Hawks. And they're just unstoppable in this run game.
I mean, yeah, Dan, I don't really felt like something's changed in this North defense as we saw them, kind of fend for themselves, make some better stands late in the second quarter there, but the Golden Hawks just getting back to what they do best, pounding the rock, and this offensive line, I mean, what a night it has been for them, such a young team, and, North's got to be worried because this team is only getting better.
And fakes the handoff, play action, passes it up, and Brody Walker receiving that one. He gets up to the 16, and what a play there for him.
Absolutely, Dan. There's something we've been waiting to see all night. They're starting to open up through the play action. I mean, that is something that we hinted at way back in the first quarter, and they finally go for it and catch the North defense on their toes there. And they are driving this ball, and for all intensive purposes, another touchdown could all but put this one away there as they line up from the 19-yard line here, Dan.
And in the shotgun is Marley Emerson. Makes a pre-snap adjustment, moving his back here, and hands it off to Lacey. Lacey paving his way through the middle and up towards the 5. He squeezes his way through the line and gets a big gain to move the chains for another Council Rock South first down.
I mean, Dan, they're picking up right where they left off. The Golden Hawks are. Showed a little bit of signs of struggle late in the second half, but they are right back to where they were back in the first quarter, pounding the rock, and they're looking at possibly a 28-0 lead if they can punch this one in, most likely through the running game, as we've seen all night long.
And hands this one off once again, pushing his way through, trying to get the touchdown. He is barreling up to the line, and it is stopped at the goal line. Gavin Lacey with the run there.
Well, damn, this is going to be, once again, another simple play call. You'd have to imagine a stacked backfield here, possibly 2 or 3 big men as they're just trying to pound the rock in, out physical the Council Rock North Indians defense, which is something they've been able to do successfully all night long, as it has just been old-fashioned, like I said earlier, Army-Navy football, old-fashioned, whatever you want to call it. The Golden Hawks have done it to perfection. You see,
Ground and pound.
yup, that heavy set they come out in.
3 backs lined up. Emerson's under center. Hands this one off, and he pierces his way through the defensive line and scores for another Council Rock South touchdown. Believe that was number 22, Pat Malone. Just pushing his way right through, and he pierces right through that defensive line to score and put his team up ahead 27-0. And with this kick, it'll be 28-0 if he can put it through the uprights.
It's been perfect all night long. Just this Indians defense needed a stop there, and once again, they don't get it, and the kick is right down the middle. And this one, once again, Dan, getting away from the Indians and getting away fast, as they need all but a miracle here from Austin Snyder Stadium.
Right down the middle there, 28-0. They are in control, and they are putting the pedal to the metal.
Looking for a local bar or restaurant to stop by for lunch or after work? Isaac Newton's is the perfect place for you. From the great kitchen to the amazing customer service to the daily specials, it is nothing that you will not find here. And if you're looking for a place to sit down and have a drink with your friends, Isaac Newton's has one of the best bars in the Newtown area. It's the perfect place to grab a drink and watch your local Philly sports teams. Stop on by at 18 State Street all week long from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. That is 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. at 18 State Street all week long.
And with one more score here of Council Rock South, they would put a running clock on that you would remember if you are playing for this Indians team. You cannot let them start the running clock. As a blowout is just that, a blowout sometimes, but you cannot let them take that much control of this game.
Not at all. We said earlier how humiliating a running clock would be, and they're staring into the void, and the void is staring back into them, you could say. But here's a return.
And puts his way up to the 40. Taking the return there, the Indians, and he is down. He's taking a minute to get up here.
I mean, Dan, I will say this. We have seen crazier in the Rock Bowl. About I want to say 5 to 10 years ago, there was a Rock Bowl game where South had a big lead, but North ended up storming back to take the win there. So I'm not exactly saying that's what's going to happen tonight. What I am saying is that the Rock Bowl is prone to have some wackiness to it. There's nothing really that you can predict. And it's one of those rivalry games where, anything can happen. And like we said in the beginning, you got to put aside your record. But North, if you want to create another miracle like they did all those years ago, it's going to start right here. And this Golden Hawks defense is not going to let them get off easy.
Now add to that after this play, but here comes Zaretsky moving up. He's going to take the screen pass. You can always know that when he goes in motion, he's usually getting that quick pass. But to build off what you said, yes, rivalries can go any way. That's usually how they go. That's very unpredictable. But what I would say from watching these games so far this season, do not put your chips on this team.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, you haven't proven yourself as a team that is capable of doing something of that caliber. Unfortunately, it's just not how the season's gone by. Well, the Golden Hawks, there's no reason to believe why they're not going to continue to control this game at the tempo they want and just overall doing what they want.
Steps back, looks to throw. Koza from the pocket, sends this one up over to number 11, Grant Capizzoli.
And Grant
takes the pass there and moves the chains for a Indians first down.
I mean, just obviously not the ending that anyone on this team for the Indians wanted, but for Council Rock South, I mean, Dan, this is really indicative of just what a great season it's been, how young they are, what the future is looking like. I mean, the future is bright for Golden Hawks football, and when you go up against your biggest rival and really dominate like this, it is only another example of possibly how much better this team can get as the years go by, Dan.
Yeah, 100%. There is so much potential to this team, but Koza's going to fumble this one around, but he's going to roll out towards the far side. He's taking himself. He's on the run and up and towards the first down marker as a leveling hit hits Koza there, but he's going to be able to get the first down and a lot of extracurricular. Some chirping coming here from the sideline is you can bet that his sideline's going to back him up there. on a hit like that to their quarterback.
Exactly, and the chirp squad in the student section may be gone, but their spirit lives on the north sideline as Gio Koza not being afraid to take any hit there in his last game. And like we said, there's nothing that he won't do to get this win. And obviously, while it's not looking great, he's going to play to the last whistle, as will every senior on the Indians and Golden Hawks, respectively, as they line up for a first down in Golden Hawk territory with less than 2 minutes on the clock.
From the shotgun, here's Koza. Looks to throw. He's staying in the pocket now, rolling out towards the near side. Doesn't see anyone, and a holding call is called on, I believe that's going to be number 67, Charles Shepardson.
I mean, that was right in front of the referee, Dan. I don't know about you, but I could see it from up here. I mean, that's one of the easiest calls a ref can make.
I can almost sense the frustration of Coach Garrett on that sideline.
I mean, yeah, like we mentioned, he's a football guy, and he loves these Council Rock North Indians, but just everything has gone, I mean, by all means, total disaster. It's just been a total disaster of play calling, of time management in the later half of the second quarter, and of discipline, as we saw. And obviously, it's not over till it's over. You'd like to say that, you know, coaches are always going to say, you know, you play to the final whistle, but at some point, it's 28-0, and just hopes cannot be high on that Council Rock North sideline. But the Golden Hawks feeling as good as they felt all year long.
Steps back to throw Koza. He's got a strong blitz. He's now rolling out towards the far side, and you can expect that he's going to roll out. Now moving, trying to get the first down, powers through him, and gets the first down. So they're going to say he stepped out, though, so he's not going to get it. But what a play there. He just pushes right through him.
Yes, say, you think Gio Koza wants to leave on a bang?
Yeah, no, I don't think Gio Koza wants to end this with a shutout. He is putting in the work for his team to keep them in this game.
No, absolutely. That is exactly what you see from your captain, senior varsity quarterback playing in his last game as a Council Rock North Indian. And hopes may be slim, but Gio Koza doesn't appear to want to give up on this one just yet.
If the Indians were to come back in this game, you best bet Gio Koza is not paying for dinner.
Not at all. As there's a timeout from the Indians.
Timeout called. Council Rock North taking their second timeout of the game.
Curious decision. Looking for a local bar or restaurant to stop by after work or for lunch? Isaac Newton's is the perfect place for you. From the delicious specials to the amazing kitchen to the fantastic customer service, there's nothing that you won't find here. It's the perfect place to get great food for even better prices. And if you're just looking for a place to sit and have a drink with your friends, Isaac Newton's has one of the best bars in the local Newtown area. It's the perfect place to grab a drink and watch your local Philly sports teams. Stop on by in town at 18 State Street all week long from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. That is 18 State Street all week long from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. As the Indians get set here for a second and about 5. As they look to salvage something from what has been a disastrous night to this point for them. But Gio Koza, like we said, he is not willing to let go of this one just yet.
And now here we go, Gio Koza from the shotgun. He's got Cabo lined up behind him. Zaretsky is in the slot and fakes the play action, looking to pass, sends this one up. It's a jump ball, and this one is incomplete. He sent that one up. The pocket was collapsing in on him, and he had nowhere else to really throw to, so he just put that one up for Grant Capizzoli.
I mean, not a bad throw from Koza. He got the air under it that he needed. It was just a 50-50 ball and some great coverage from the Golden Hawks there. Ends up getting tipped up, but Capizzoli, off balance, was not able to get it off the second bounce there, and you can't really blame him. That was very, very close to being one of the most electric plays of the night here, Dan.
And now Koza with Cabo lined up way back. They're probably going to hand it off to him, and he drops the ball. Cabo dropped the ball. And off and away the Golden Hawks go up towards the 48. Koza just dropped the ball as it was handed to him, and it fell behind him. The Golden Hawks close right in on him. And number 8 now getting a talking to from the ref. He was kind of taunting the sideline there after that play.
And Coach Garrett possibly looking for a penalty. You see him at the top of your screen there as the refs walk over to talk to him. But Dan, that just kind of feels like the final nail in the coffin here. And not only this game, but the North season. And it couldn't be more indicative.
Yeah, it is just a series of bad mistakes. That is what you would call this season for the Council Rock North Indians. It has just been a landslide.
Yeah, and, Council Rock South, and I'll build on this point after the players. Council Rock South gets ready for their first play of the drive.
And here we go, a handoff here to Lacey. Lacey moving up towards the far side and stopped for maybe a gain of about 1.
But Council Rock South kind of represent a lot of what Coach Garrett aims to make this team. They're a younger team with a very bright future. It's no secret that North isn't exactly in its golden era of football, so they're trying to build the farm just like Council Rock South has. It's been a long process, but wins like this symbolize a very bright future for them. And what a moment this is going to be for the new era of Golden Hawks football, as they are about 12 and a half minutes away from a Rock Bowl championship in front of a packed student section.
And here we go, 2 receivers on the near side. He's going to fake the handoff play action. He's taking it himself. It looks to be a quarterback heat, but he is sacked behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of about 10. As in pursuit there was Dexter Moore to take down the quarterback, number 7, Marley Emerson. That is not the play you want to do if you want to put this game away. If you're Council Rock South, you really need to focus on putting this game on ice and ending it quick, as you never know how a rivalry game can go. Momentum can change with just a snap.
Exactly, Dan. But as we enter the fourth quarter here, if we see a comeback here, this might be the greatest game we've ever broadcasted here. But Council Rock South, you'd have to imagine the game plan is pound the rock, end this game, win the Rock Bowl, as it is. You have to imagine excitement starting to build, not only for the players, but for the fans in the student section, as it is a rule that once you win the Rock Bowl, students are allowed to join the players on the field as they lift that trophy, as this is going to be a fantastic symbol of rebuild and of a new era of Golden Hawks football. Like I mentioned earlier, this has gone perfectly for the Golden Hawks in every aspect of the game, arguably except for that one play, as they face a third and about 25-ish, Dan.
Yeah, they switch sides here as the quarter ends, and he just kneels it.
Okay.
As I don't think they were ready for the play, nor even knew what was going on. As on 3rd and 18, they do a quarterback kneel.
That's a first. That's like when the Giants run a quarterback sneak on a 3rd and 9 a couple years back, but
yeah, I got to give it to the quarterback, though, Marley Emerson, to kind of put your pride away of making a play out of something and just realizing we should probably just stop this one where it lies.
They just want to go home.
But punt off and away, and the Indians are going to look to get back on offense as they take this punt, moving down through and weaving his way in and out of defenders up towards the 45. A great play there as he just cut through the seams and got his way up to the 45. What was going to be maybe a punt to the 25-yard line, he gets up to the 45 and makes a great play out of something that would have been not too good.
Yeah, and you can't imagine that the South coordinator called for that kneel, but if so, a tale of two different play calls in that case, because you remember Soderton, they were still running up the scoreboard, be it with their JV guys or their varsity guys, in the latter half of the second quarter just a week ago. So South cannot wait to lift that trophy, and North looking to pull off a miracle here on Friday, here under the Friday lights.
They push it up to the 48, it looks to be.
Almost said here on Friday Night Lights.
47 taking that one up. Okay, it's going to be not on our roster.
Well, you can bet on the Rally Sportsbook whether or not North is going to be able to put up a touchdown here on this drive. Download it on the Apple Store.
You just need anything here that can give you any kind of momentum here if you're North. I'd say really the main goal right now if you're North, don't get shut out. You just cannot get shut out in the Rock Bowl. You got to make it somewhat competitive. But a pass up here, middle of the field to number 48, Will Duffy. As middle of the field pass, you can bet your tight end's going to pull that one in and get a first down out of it.
Speaking of betting, no, I'm getting but a great play there from Gio Koza getting the ball out quick, not really giving the Golden Hawks time to react there. It's just send the tight end on a streaking route. Don't give the linebackers time to really get there, and they get the first down as they're trying to, like you said, at this point, don't get shut out. That is the main objective here. Put something on the board.
I got to say, it's a tale of two different sidelines right now. You could hear a pin drop on the student section of Council Rock North, but
whatever's left.
Different story here in South stands. It is loud. Koza steps back to throw. He's looking deep, but he's got no room to run. He's on his weak side, and he's just going to keep this one himself. And he is leveled and pushes him off. And some pushing and shoving as Koza throwing a little shove there. And it seems like he took a late hit there from the defender, what he thought was a late hit. And he shoves him off after the end of the play, and he seemed to have not wanted to take that one.
I mean, yeah, if they do end up calling unsportsmanlike conduct, I would disagree with that. You know, it's a rivalry game. Let them play a little bit, unless they are calling this on the late hit. In my opinion, to pick up the flag there, but we'll see what they end up deciding as they discuss this at the 40. So we wait for a call.
He definitely took that one personal there, Koza. But we're going to wait the signal from the referee.
But it will be on south.
And it's going to be, might be offsetting.
One of each. You're
yep,
correct.
One of each. And yeah, that one's going to be called on both sides.
Fair
and
enough.
I think that was the fair call. I thought
Yeah.
they were originally just calling here on Koza, but it was definitely both parties were involved in that one.
Yeah, either pick that one up or call it on both. So as he's talking to, I believe, the player involved in the scrum there as they set the ball for a second and about 10.
You got to think that player, after being shoved to the ground, is going to come back with a vengeance.
He's fired up. They bring 3 men on the line.
And here we go. Handoff to Cabo. Play action. It's sent over to Duffy. Duffy trying to get a first down, and he is just sent into the sideline. And they are hyped to make that tackle as that sets up for a big third down.
Interesting defensive formation from South there, only putting 3 only bringing 3 linemen up there against North's offensive line. They do end up blitzing a linebacker, but he didn't exactly store him into there, and it's possible that he only went in due to the fact that it was a run play. So, interesting, almost prevent defense there from the South offense, just looking to prevent disaster. And can't say I disagree at this point in the game, but not something you see too often there, Dan.
And here we go. South really needing something big here. To stop him here would be critical. North steps back to throw. Pass this one out. It's a bubble screen. And he finds a way through. Just weaved right through the defense there. And Cabo able to squeeze.
Another flag is
flag
out.
Thrown.
As there's something going on down there.
And a lot of laundry on the field as Cabo just flew right through to get what they hope to be a first down. But with the flags on the field, this one might be coming back.
Might be offsetting once again. So they're discussing it here at the 35.
The band is currently having a foot race, so kind of shows you the interest from that sideline. As this one is getting well out of hand for them.
All right, well, my man Malik Jabal there on the band better be winning.
Offsetting personal fouls again. You're going to see that in the rivalry game. Tensions get high, and both teams are really putting all they got into this game. And that's going to have some tensions flaring. When you got guys running around, slamming into each other, pushing around, you're obviously going to get a few penalties here and there.
I mean, you have to imagine it's the South talking their talk and getting under North's skin at this point as they are less than 10 minutes away from a Rock Bowl championship.
I think it's just a Rock Bowl win.
It's a championship. It's a
fair.
rivalry.
I think you'd be Rock Bowl champions.
Yeah, Rock Bowl, if you're a champion,
All right, fair
you're
enough,
the championship.
You got me. And putting a man in motion.
Ugh.
It was Zaretsky, but an early jump there from the receiver, it looked. And that one is not good.
And you heard the disgust
Get
in
a
my
critical
voice
first
there. I
down
mean,
there.
that's a mistake that neither South or North can afford to make. That's just a simple mistake, knowing that there's motion, knowing the snap count, and that's just, be it South or North, you'd see equal amount of disgust. It's just, can't have that happen, especially this late in the game as you're trying to just, like you said, the main objective is to now not get shut out. And when you're shooting yourself in the foot at this point, it's just, DEFCON 1.
Yeah, 100%. You really just need to find anything here. Koza, the line collapsing in on him and coming from behind him, and he is wrapped and brought down. Another sack there on Koza. His offensive linemen are not getting him help.
Yeah, the right tackle there just failed to pick up the blitz, and he ended up being untouched on his way to Giovanni Koza. So just got to be better there, more fundamentally sound, is you got to be able to pick up the blitz, and that's how the South is going to continue to bring at this point in the game if you can't stop it. And we've seen them run a multitude of defensive line packages here, and it looks like they're going to put 3 on the line here on the second and long. We'll see if they blitz a DB, a safety, or a linebacker with 1 in the backfield for Giovanni Koza.
And Koza now in the shotgun with Cabo right next to him. He steps back, looks to throw. He rolls out to the near side. He still has the ability to throw. And now coming towards his weak side, he's just running this one out, playing games with the defense, and brought down there. He grabbed him by his numbers and ripped him to the ground. What a play. As he was playing duck, duck, goose out there with him, just trying to get away from him.
Yeah, some fantastic coverage there from the Golden Hawks, but Giovanni Koza knows that he's just got to get rid of the football. You held on to it for 15 seconds too long there. I mean, just playing Madden out there, running from sideline to sideline, and you have to get rid of that football there, and you ended up costing yourself a good 6-7 yards.
And the fans are very hyped to see this one come to an end. It's 7 minutes to go. Whistles blown, timeout called. I believe this one was called by
the
South, I want to say.
The South band is getting into it over there. I mean, there is
they're hype.
You could feel the excitement from here in the booth for Council Rock South, how much this means to their school, their students. I mean, how much this just means to the teams involved. And North, obviously going to be devastated not to get it here, but Council Rock South, you can't emphasize it enough how important this is to the new era of football that they're ushering in, and overall just a cap on a very good season for Council Rock South as they try to once again propel themselves among the league's elite. And meanwhile, to the North student section, the few fans that are left in there are dead silent.
Yeah, like I said, it is a tale of 2 different sidelines. One you could hear a pin drop on, and the rest is trying to make themselves heard from Yardley.
I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're just screaming and respect it to a degree.
And here we go. North versus South. There's no other game like it. Snaps, taking it, and Cabo in at quarterback. He's just going to run this one. I don't think they noticed it. The halfback was in at quarterback. He's seen some snaps as quarterback this season, but he takes that one and runs it out.
I mean, Dan,
I do not see Koza on that field right now.
I'll ask you, Dan, benching your senior captain, varsity quarterback, in the Rock Bowl in his final game, cannot imagine anyone on the team is happy about that. I mean,
I just do not understand it the way Koza's been. I guess he hasn't really found many reads. He's been keeping it himself and not finding many reads, but I don't know. I would say it's not a decision I agree with.
Not at all.
But I can understand.
I mean, Dan, from watching the practices, Cabo hasn't even practiced at quarterback in a good week, and he hasn't taken a snap in a game since Ben Salem.
Looks to throw. He sends this one. It's ball's up. Sent to Capizola. Touchdown. North get on the board. And like I said, it wasn't a decision I necessarily would have done myself, but I understood it. And that one set up a wide open receiver. And he brings it in to make this at least not a shutout.
There it is. There's your points.
Grant Capizzoli.
I mean, it's definitely an interesting decision, but be it Koza or Cabo there, that man was wide open. A huge lapse in the Golden Hawks defense as North cuts into the lead. Obviously too little too late, but like you said, At least you're not shut out. It's the moral victories, and this is blocked.
And yeah, this kick's going to be blocked.
Unbelievable.
Not good. If I have to clarify, the kick is no good. But too little too late, you said. I think in a rivalry game, there's always that mystery of it. You know, like anything can happen.
Absolutely. This is a rival that historically has gone back and forth. Usually it's gone a couple years, Golden Hawks will win it, a couple years, the Indians will win it. And the Golden Hawks here seem to be in their period of dominating this game.
Like rivalry games are back and forth type of game. There's really never known where it's going to go. And we might be ending this game with remembering where were you when William Cabo took the Council Rock Norths into the greatest comeback in sports history.
I mean, that would be like Nick Full stuff, benching Gio Koza and then making the comeback there. I mean, certainly an interesting decision, but have to imagine they're going to try the onside kick here with needing all but Jesus to win this game.
And here we go, the kickoff. Coming from North here. They might onside it. And they're just going to chip this one up towards the 30. And it's going to be brought in. He might have a lane to get through and brought down. Receiving the kick there was number 22, Patrick Malone.
Surprised we didn't see the onside kick there, but putting some faith in the defense. But for Council Rock South, if their starters are even in the game, they're spamming, if you're in College Football 25, running back dive, HB dive there. That is all you're going to be seeing for the next.
I've been playing a lot of College Football 25.
Yep. It is. Don't want to get too sidetracked, but very fun.
Put me in. I'll bring them back.
And there's a heavy set already.
And this one handed off, pushing his way through, trying to find a lane. The Golden Hawks, they really just kind of need to run the clock down here. And 18, number 18, Christopher Ginter there, taking a tumble. He's trying to get a flag called, I think, and did like a somersault.
Yeah, number 1 and just kind of got caught up with him. Didn't look like anything intentional there. Just a interesting situation for sure. As Council Rock South, you can't imagine how excited they are out there on the field, knowing that they are 6 minutes away from the biggest win of their season and one of the biggest wins in recent South football history.
If you want to do that, you got to control the ball. And here we go, a handoff, pushing their way through. It's a dog pile up to the 43. But yeah, you got to control the ball here. You really just kind of need a few first downs, and this game is yours.
I mean, yeah, Dan, this is the moment that South has been waiting for since workouts started all the way back in January, from the training camps in August and July. Every single minute, every single day, every single drill, pass, run, getting yelled at by your coach, doing something right, doing something wrong. It has all led to this moment. And for the older players, the juniors and the seniors on this team, you can only imagine how excited they are, as they cannot wait.
Handoff that pushes them up away for a first down. It's exactly what you need here if you are South. And it is looking incredibly likely that the Rock Bowl win is coming home to Holland.
And Council Rock South, a big year for their athletics as a whole, as Holland beat Newtown Middle School in a thrilling game at the Walt Snyder Stadium a week ago. So they claimed the middle school rivalry, and they claimed the high school rivalry resoundingly. And a huge year for South athletics.
You said they got one more game, though, with the freshman team?
They do. We play them next Thursday, so
good
hoping
luck
not to get
Ethan.
swept.
You're coming back from injury, right?
I will finally be back in there, and the JV team
That's
will
great
play
to hear.
them on Monday.
Sounds good. Can't wait. Better get a win. The score better be better than this. That's all I'll say.
I'll say, yeah. I mean, they're a very obviously talented program top to bottom, so we've got our hands full with them, but everyone very excited to get the matchup that we've all been waiting for. But the Golden Hawks, 4 minutes away from etching their names in the Rock Bowl history books. So they've come out in the same formation every play, not trying to hide anything.
Three backs, and under center is Emerson. He hands this one off, and another first down as they're just going to try to kill this clock as much as they can before they are crowned champs of the Rock Bowl.
Like you said, three backs, and I think each of them has touched it to this point. So,
What did you say?
Like you said, there's three backs there, and I think each of them has touched it at least once. So just a tremendous amount of faith from player to coach here is just perfect storm all season long for South, ending in the perfect way.
They know that their running backs can handle the ball here, and that has just been what they've been relying on this entire game, and it's what's soon to be brought them this victory. Another handoff coming up the left side and brought down for a gain of about 4.
I mean, the running game has been the story of the last 3 weeks for North. We saw it in Bensalem. We saw it at Fall Festival a week ago against Souderton. And we are seeing it again tonight in what has been a, by no exaggeration, a dominating performance as we see an injury timeout here. Hope he is okay.
Yeah, and one of the things on the brought up, I think it's one of the more important things of this game. Where'd the mascot go? We had that what was it, Golden Hawk? It was more of a Blue Hawk, but
Blue Hawk.
It's been missing since like the first quarter. I think he'd want to be out here. I mean, it's a big game for him.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a great point.
He is
He
MIA.
disappeared.
The Golden Hawk is MIA.
Someone check on that guy. As you see the student section, though, for Council Rock South, as it is just off your screen, but they are entering to the corner of the track field, and what is a fantastic moment. They will get to run onto the field and not lift the trophy with them. That'll obviously be the players, but be on the field for this, and it's just one of the coolest moments we see in high school football as the students get to go side by side. As Brady Pay is able to get back up, for those wondering, he is walking off on his own power. But just
good to see. You don't want to see an injury in the final game of the season, especially when it's a game with really no future past it, other than these bragging rights. You don't want to see any sustained injuries.
We will be broadcasting the trophy presentation. It is one of the coolest moments you'll see around here.
We are. Sounds good.
Can't we?
Sure.
Pretty cool.
It's fine.
Thought we talked about this.
Yeah, tune in for the trophy ceremony. I didn't know they had a trophy. I'm gonna be honest. It came from Pennsbury.
No, it's a very cool moment.
All I saw was Pennsbury Nesh. And hands this one off near side. Just pushing their way through and still standing. As he is still standing all the way down the field, is just runs through everybody up towards the 20, a gain of about 40. And what a way to do it. There was no stopping him. Like I said, a freight train coming through.
I mean, Dan, in an effort to run out the clock, they might add still another to this ever expanding lead for Council Rock South. As you see, well, you don't see it, but the entire student section here for Council Rock South side has emptied, and they are on the back of the field waiting for one of the most exciting moments you'll see.
Yeah, and across town, Pennsbury's taking on Neshaminy. Neshaminy down by 1 with 19 seconds to go. As they have 19 seconds to get a point on the board, it's always a good game with them. But it is 21-22. Pennsbury with 13 seconds to go, and Neshaminy has the ball. And that is quite the barn burner going on down there. And I think it's going to be one more play for Neshaminy to get that one away.
I'm calling both games.
We'll give an update when we see some, but handoff here now pushing through. Time is ticking down, and he is brought down.
Dan doing the Kevin Harlan. He's calling both games.
I am calling both games right now, yes. And I think they made a complete pass down to the 35 is what I'm seeing. So they make a pass down to the 36 with 8 seconds to go. It's going to be to see if you want to elect your kicker here in this Pennsbury Neshaminy game. But back to Council Rock South.
For what it's worth, the North student section all but empty, with only a few, I believe, there's parents, there's everything but
They're
students.
going to take the knee here, and they're going to take one more in just a minute. In just a few seconds, actually, sorry. And that will secure them the win in the fabled Rock Bowl. And this student section is lining up. It is almost time to crown the Rock Bowl winners. With this knee, that's going to end it. And ladies and gentlemen, your winners of the 2024 Rock Bowl is the Council Rock South Golden Hawks. They have led their way to victory, and they have won it 28-6. As the fans get ready to storm the field, they have won this crosstown rivalry and have earned themselves bragging rights in this historic rivalry. And they played like champions in this one. It was a very one-sided game. And here comes the fans storming the field.
Here it is.
And here they come. It is a storming of the field. They have won the Rock Bowl, and their fans could not be happier. Champions, Council Rock South.
All right, that worked out.
And what a celebration. So let you take this one all in, and I'll step away for just a minute.
Brother, is that a pain in the ass or no? Is that a pain in the ass for me? Thanks, I appreciate you guys coming. Tell everyone I said hello. Do you have any candy on you? No, I don't. I didn't bring none. I didn't bring no candy. How can I help you?
Well, folks, as the final whistle blows here at Walt Snyder Stadium, we close the curtain on another unforgettable season of high school football. I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Isaac Newton's Bar and Restaurant, Finney McGee's Irish Pub, for their generous support that have made these broadcasts possible. There's truly no sponsors we would rather have than them who made it possible. A big shout out to our incredible crew over the season. Color commentator Ethan Whitney, camera guy Luke Vath, Brian McDevitt, Dylan McDevitt, and all of these people have helped make these broadcasts come alive, and I'd love to thank them. Ethan, would you like to say any closing remarks?
Nothing much, Dan. Just thank you so much for bringing me on a year ago to do Pennsbury hockey with you. It has been a thrilling season calling my home school's football team, and I wouldn't have rather done it with anyone else. And I can't wait to call hockey with you in a couple months and be right back in Grundy Arena or wherever we will find ourselves.
100%, and it has been an incredible journey this season, and none of it wouldn't have been possible without the dedication of the teams, coaches, and communities who gave their all every single week to make these possible. Special thanks to Joe Sparrow, the athletic director of Council Rock North, the Council Rock North football team, Coach Garrett, and to Ben Salem High School, Cheltenham High School, for allowing us to come into their stadiums and broadcast, and all of the other schools who we had the privilege to cover. Thank you for making this season one to remember. And as we wrap up our very first season, bringing these games to you, I just want to say how thankful we are to be a part of the incredible community tradition of high school football. It is not just a game, it is the heart of Friday nights where memories are made, friendships grow, and communities come alive. We hope to see you back here next year under the lights for even more moments and memories. From all of us here, this is Daniel McDevitt signing off. Thank you, and here's to many more seasons ahead here on the Rally Sports Network.